And just like that, no trophy this season. Welcome to Operation Arsenal, guys. Not that I was expecting a trophy this season, but come on, man. The League Cup was at least something. That's gone. Liverpool were the better side. I always like to give credit to the other team, especially when they deserve it. If they don't deserve it, you should still give credit where it's due. You know, if they play well, whatever, if a player did really well for that team. But I thought Liverpool in general were the better side. They were also the better side in the first leg. We just defended for 90 minutes. And overall, the right team go through to the final to face Chelsea. It's so disappointing though, isn't it? It really is. I don't think we were actually that bad until they scored. I actually thought the first 15, 20, 25 minutes, we looked the better side. So maybe if that free kick from Lacazette goes in, saved onto the bar, great goalkeeper, Kelleher. I think he could be some player for the future. He's only 23 as well. And remember, goalkeepers go on until 35. Like, he's got plenty of years ahead of him. I think he could be quite good. Yeah, maybe if that free kick goes in. Lacazette had another chance as well later in the game when Lokonga puts a lovely ball over the top. I thought Lokonga was a little bit better today than usual. I think he's been very rusty at times and, quite often giving away the ball. Unforced errors. That thing in tennis where they make an error when they really shouldn't be. An unforced error. That's exactly what Lokonga does. Obviously, he's still young, but he was better today, I thought. And he put in a lovely ball for Lacazette. And to me, that just screams, we need a striker. We do. We so badly need a striker. And, you know, I could go on about the performance today. I think the only real takeaway is we looked rusty, we looked tired, we looked deflated, and we looked like we'd already lost the game as soon as we went 1-0 down. It didn't look like there was going to be any way back for us, and we were beaten by a much better side. And they had a strong lineup. I'm not sure why Matip came off. I don't know if he picked up an injury. And then they bring on Konate. So, you know, another fantastic player. Fabinho in there was... I mean, for me, I know Jota probably deserves to get man of the match, but honestly, Fabinho was world-class today. He is such a good player. I remember when he was at Monaco, and I remember the talks that Arsenal were looking at him, and I never believed it for a second, and he's gone to Liverpool, and he's shown exactly how good he is. But another person you've got to talk about from Liverpool is Trent. Another 2 assists. This guy is unreal. He may not be the best defender. By no means am I saying he's the best right back in the league, because I actually think Reece James has the overall package more so than Trent. But what Trent has is that just insane ability to pick out a pass literally anywhere. Far left, down straight, the middle, right, behind, whatever he needs to do. It's always just perfection. He's such a good player. But I don't really rate him as a defender, if that makes sense. Arsenal player standouts. Martinelli had some good moments with the ball running down the left side, but he does. This is the best impression I can do of Martinelli in those moments. Which way do I go? I'm going to cut that way. Cut that way. He reminds me of Danny Ceballos sometimes. The chops, constant turning right, left, and it's just sometimes I want to say to him, right, stop for a second. Look, look around you. And when he does that, he often picks out a good pass or he gets a shot away instead of constantly chopping and changing. And it's quite predictable. And I think, you know, by the end of the game, he just couldn't get through because they knew he was just going to keep changing side. And yeah, I thought Martinelli had some good moments, though. I think Ødegaard again showed why he's been one of our best performers this season. He just chases the ball down. He works so hard. I thought Tierney was good today as well. Everyone else, bit of a stinker. Tomiyasu was poor today. For the first time this season, I genuinely feel like Tomiyasu was bad. Like, bad. He had a bad game. He was our worst player by far. And some people are calling out Ramsdale for some of his decision-making. I think that the first goal, maybe you could question the fact that he wasn't able to save it, but I don't know. We're going to get into your comments because I'm bored talking about this game now. I just don't want it to exist. It's like, yep, we're out. Thanks, Liverpool. As usual, I always ask for your thoughts in Operation Arsenal, and make sure you follow me on Twitter to get your tweets in. So Byron here says, after the first 15 minutes, there was no plan. Yeah, basically. Passing backwards when trying to get back into the game cost us the second goal. Actually, I disagree with that. It was Martinelli slipping. Martinelli had the ball and he was making a run. He has slipped, and guess who's there? Trent. He rolls the ball forward, chips it over the top, and he's just onside. And Jota, what a finisher, man. He's a great player. So I wouldn't say it was necessarily the passing backwards and rushing it around cost us that goal. It was a slip, but I think it was coming anyway. I think Liverpool are always going to score another goal. We need to shop around ASAP. Yeah, I'm sure we're doing some things behind the scenes. We have a tweet from Ellis. Outplayed, rusty. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, I mean, I agree. We were outplayed and we were rusty. I just wish we scored in those first 15 minutes. It would have been a completely different game. Did you know that Liverpool haven't lost since February last year when they've taken the lead in a game? They don't lose when they take the lead. They just don't. We had one come in from Myra. Sorry if I've said your name wrong. Ødegaard and Martinelli were the only players trying. Another game and another reason why we need a striker. Laka is not good enough. So here's my thoughts on Lacazette, and I'll get back to more comments in a moment. I'm a big fan of what Lacazette does, but what he does is very limited. If a team know what to expect with Lacazette, he's very easy to tie down and keep quiet, which is exactly what Liverpool were able to do. Put it this way, if you put a player like Fabinho on Lacazette, then what? What's Lacazette going to do? And yeah, he still had a couple of chances, and he should be burying the second chance. Free kicks, I'm never too critical, because if you score a free kick, fantastic. It's quite a difficult skill to master. And if it's a save onto the bar, he can't really do much better than that. It's good goalkeeping. But the chance where Lokonga's put him through, you can't tell me that someone like a Vlahovic or Aubameyang back when he was in form wouldn't have scored that. They probably would. And that's where I think we go wrong with Lacazette being selected. It's just that whilst he's great at what he does is such a small part of what we need a striker to be doing for Arsenal Football Club. He doesn't do the rest of it particularly well. He can hold up the ball. He can get players involved. You know, the neat passing, the flicks and stuff. And he's a good finisher at times. I do believe that. But he's very limited physically in terms of in the air, winning headers and things like that. I actually don't think the way he moves the ball around with the ball at his feet is too great, technically gifted-wise. I don't see him beating a man, put it that way. And, you know, that's kind of what we need. We need Lacazette plus a Vlahovic. You know, we need someone that can do it all. And I love Lacazette, but it might be a good thing if we do bring in a striker next season that replaces him. And then we get a message from Ryan saying very flat, no intensity, and we got punished for it. Tommy looking very out of it and unfit. I mean, he is unfit. He's not played, and he's obviously not been able to get fully match fit for this game. But, I mean, I would have rather that than put in Chambers. His birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday, Callum Chambers. Can you believe he's 27? Still at Arsenal Football Club. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Deserved result in the end. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we look at the stats... possession-wise, yeah, not too good. We had one big chance. I'm guessing that's the Lacazette one I mentioned. 5 chances created. Yeah, it's not good enough. But do you know, another thing that we've got to talk about is this moment right here. So Thomas Partey comes in, 74th minute. And to be fair, I thought he did all right for the first few moments. I have to say, before I lay into him for this red card, which was stupid, fair play to the guy. He literally landed in London at midday today, and he's on the bench for the game. I mean, he's obviously had a very tough time with Ghana at the AFCON Cup, the Africa Cup of Nations, and I mean, that's commitment. You know, imagine you've just come back on a long trip, and you're asked to go and do a shift at work straight away. And you're going to be a bit like, ugh. And I'm talking a really physical, laborious job like bricklaying or something like that when you're exhausted from traveling, different time zones. And fair play to the guy, but moronic. The first card is debatable, but the challenge that got him sent off, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of seeing red cards. No more red. Hashtag no more red. That's what we need. And no, I don't want to take away from what that movement is about. And that's an incredible movement. And I'm so glad that we did that, or we are doing it. But please, no more red cards. Hashtag no more red cards. That's what we need. It's an unbelievably annoying stat that we have at the moment. Since Arteta has taken over, we've had the most red cards out of any team in the Premier League. It's becoming a bit of a joke. It's almost, I expect at least a red card every 3 games. On average, maybe 4. And the fact that we've gone through 2 games against Liverpool in 1 week and had 2 red cards, it's got to stop. Otherwise, we're just not gonna get anywhere, are we? If we can't even have 11 men on the pitch for a full 90 minutes, not that this one really mattered. You know, I'm saying that it's just a stupid red card. Can we get the next game postponed? Can we can we just not play Burnley at the weekend and get another week's rest? Or actually, no, maybe not. We looked rusty. Maybe we need more and more games. But the reality is, guys, we've been knocked out by the better team. You can't complain about it in the end. Liverpool are the better side. I think they will go on to win. I don't think Chelsea look particularly great at the moment. So Liverpool, I think, will win the cup. We're out of the FA Cup, which was really it still annoys me, that game against Nottingham Forest. And of course, all we've got left now is the top 4. Can we get top 4 football? Not if we play like we did today against the bigger sides. I still think it's up there for grabs. I think, Tottenham look the most likely at the moment. They've got games in hand. It wouldn't surprise me if West Ham do get a bit of a purple patch of form again. And there's no doubt in my mind that we will be there or thereabouts. I think what's key is what happens in the next week or 2 before the window shuts. We've got, 11 days. If we do bring in a central midfielder, I mean, we're linked with Arthur from Juventus, or Arthur, on loan. Apparently, we only want him for the rest of this season. Apparently, Juventus want us to take him for a year and a half with an obligation to buy in a year and a half. I don't know what's going on there. And by the way, don't trust rumours on Twitter and stuff. Just wait till you see players holding up the shirt. We get way ahead of ourselves and way too excited. But I think actually, whilst getting a midfielder is key, it's very obvious we need a striker. There are reports that Aubameyang could be leaving. I think it's Al Hilal. Is that the team that are looking to buy him on loan with an obligation to buy in the summer? Newcastle are linked with him. I don't know. We've seen Kolasinac go. He's left for Marseille, mutually terminated. We've got Pablo Mari going out on loan to Udinese. Did I say that Kolasinac was permanent? I think I did say that. So we're seeing players leave, but we kind of need some players to come in. So we'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks. I think we will get 2 players in, and I'm hoping midfield and striker. I think that's what we need. But guys, thank you for watching. Is this my last video? No, my last video is on Sunday. So I've already recorded tomorrow's career mode video. So I've got a day or 2 now where I can take a step back. We'll be back for the Burnley game, isn't it? That's what it is. Gosh, Burnley. We need to bounce back with a win there. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. Become a member if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. Click that join button on my channel and support the channel. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time.